little inside scoop, right, about the GP collection, about our sweet friend Gaia. Not inside scoop about Gaia, but you know what I mean, about kind of her hand in the design process, in picking the stones, and making sure everything is completely up to par. And so I am just in awe. It's a very special brand. It's very close to my heart. And I hope that y'all will receive it well today. And we have a little bit of everything. So Gaia's pieces are very unique. Oftentimes I would describe them as pieces that seem essentially one of a kind, really. And so as we look at these different pieces, I think you'll really fall into just recognizing how unique each and every one of these pieces are. And I believe this might be footage. Here are many of Gaia's pieces. And I believe this might be one of our hosts actually from the Germany channel or the UK channel. When the team, actually there's Miss Gaia, when the team was in Venice. Really just kind of showcasing the GP collection in the environment it was created in and the environment it was inspired by, because Gaia, her mission is to continue to bring Italian heritage through these pieces. And so you always see just kind of this really beautiful Italian essence in all of her designs. And she always strives to maintain quality while also really bringing in that Italian feel. And it's like these pieces can kind of transport you right to Italy. And I definitely feel that looking at her designs and also knowing Gaia personally, that man, these pieces transport you instantly just kind of into these moments. Yeah, that right there. She is one of our hosts. I keep missing her. But we have one of our hosts from our German network there on that video. So that is our GP collection. And, you know, talking to Gaia, we weren't able to do our show with Gaia when we were in Italy, but we did meet up. And she was talking about how doing this line, like she truly does this for her father. So she does this because her father loved working with Shop LC. He loved having his line here. And so she does this in his honor to carry on his legacy. And so when you're carrying on your father's legacy, a parent's legacy, a family legacy, guess what? That means you put all of your heart into it. And so all these pieces have Gaia's heart and soul in them, and it's just something so special. So we will be getting into that momentarily, but I know sometimes we have brand new people. I hope every day we have brand new people tuning in. Maybe you're scrolling through your social media and you're like, oh, what is that? Let me click on this live stream. Let me see what that's all about. Maybe you're on our website and you went to see our live broadcast and you accidentally clicked live stream and here you are. Well, good. I'm glad you're here. Obviously not discouraging you from watching our live broadcast, but it's a completely different environment here in our live stream studio. And to me, I personally feel like it's a very special environment here in our live stream studio. And I'm always just encouraging you guys to utilize the comment feature, engage, chit chat. We had such a fun show this morning from 10 to noon. And it boiled down to the engagement. People were commenting, there was banter, there was chit chat. Because here's the thing. When we are on the television side, we got a co-host. When we're here, guess who the co-host is? You. You guys at home, you ladies, you gentlemen, y'all are the co-hosts. So when y'all chit chat, when you comment on what you like about a piece, guess what? That's part of this show. That is part of this live stream, is your engagement. And so I encourage you, don't just use the comment feature to shop. I'm going to tell you how to do that also. But use the comment feature to engage. Ask questions. You know, if you watch our television broadcasting frequently, you probably know you can write in, but half the time we don't get to all the questions. We're on a really quick time clock. We've got a lot of things happening at once. And so oftentimes we miss your questions. Also, we can never cross compare. Like we can't show you one item next to another because as soon as the item's done, it's taken offset. I have everything right here in front of me. So if you want to say like, oh, Lauren, I love that ring. Does it match the, does that ring match the pendant that you did earlier? I can show you those together. That is the beauty of the live stream. So take advantage of this. It's a very unique shopping experience, and I want you to get the most out of it. Also, definitely chime in. Keep me company here. Be my co-host today for our live stream. Now, talking about how you shop, I mentioned, I gave you a little teaser there, that how you shop has to do with the comment section. And so what is going to happen is if you like an item, you will see right up here in the top of your screen, it says shop 1. And some of yours might not have that. I'll try to mention that as I go through, like before we move to an item. Hey, shop 1, shop 2. So I will point to that shop 1, And you will then comment shop one, enter. That is what is going to get you a link to the item. So don't stress. Don't worry. It is not like we instantly charge you. We're not accessing your credit card through space. Nothing like that. We are simply going to send you a link to the item. Now, once you have that link, say it's a ring, you can then click on the link, go to the website, and choose your size. You can also put in the coupon code. That's coming up. And so all of that will happen through our website. So you're simply getting the link. I always say, think of it as like getting a bookmark or putting a bookmark on something you like. Even if you're not sure you're going to purchase today, go ahead and comment. Because when you get to the website, at least you have that link to go back. However, you're going to want to purchase today because there are some benefits for shopping during the live stream. One, we actually have a coupon code. It is only good during the live stream. Okay, that coupon code, there it is right there behind me, live, LIVE 25. Jot that down. Take a screenshot if you're watching from a phone. You do not want to forget that coupon code, and I will mention it to you. But here's the thing. The 25% off does not apply if you don't put the coupon code in. It's not automatic. So there have been times, right, where you go to checkout, you forget your coupon code. You're like, oh, I forgot the coupon code. I didn't get my discount. You're going to think the discount's applied because the price is already so good. But you want to make sure you put that in where it says promo code before you check out. Okay, live 25. That will get you 25% off. Now, I also mentioned how this link is going to take you back to our website. So technically, when you're shopping on the live stream, you are checking out through our website, shoplc.com. So when you do that, on the website, all orders $49.99 or more, all of those are going to ship for free. So you're actually going to get the bonus of complimentary shipping as long as your cart, it doesn't have to be one item, it could be multiple items added to your cart. As long as your cart equals $49.99 or more, you will get complimentary shipping. So that's an added bonus. And then the last big bonus that I always love to mention is budget pay. Y'all, I love budget pay so much. I really wish there were budget pay options on other things. Y'all heard me mention it earlier. I have a big oral surgery coming up at the end of the month. There is not budget pay for oral surgery. You can finance oral surgery. That means paying interest. With budget pay, guess what? There's no interest. If everybody offered budget pay, man, we would all be in really good shape. There's no interest. There's no credit check. Your budget pay is not a ShopLC credit card. It's also not us tossing you out to a third party, right? Because some of you might be going, okay, Lauren, well, there are options for oral surgery. Yes, there are. There are different, medical cards and things, but those are being tossed out to another company. It's not done within the dental office or anything like that. This is done in-house. That's how easy budget pay is. And the thing is I don't want to be tossed out to a third party, right? If I'm shopping at ShopLC, I want to keep everything right here in the hood, in the family, okay? I don't want to be tossed out to a third party. And so that's why I love budget pays. We do it in-house, and then you actually pay not a penny more by using budget pay, okay? You will have, let's say the item's $20. I always use $20, it's just easy. Let's say it's $20 and you have 4 budget payments. Today, the first day when you make your purchase, you'll pay $5 plus tax. Shipping, if you don't reach that $50. But then over the next 3 months, it'll be $5, $5, $5. And I'll just go onto the same card that you used for the original charge. So it's that easy. I hope that broke it down for you in a way that's just like, oh yeah, why would I not do that? It just makes sense. Utilize your budget pay, friends. It's a little way to keep some extra money on hand because you never know what's going to happen. You never know when you might need a little bit of extra money on hand, and then you have that to utilize.
No such thing as extra money, Lauren.
I feel like my money's gone before I walk out of my door in the morning. So
I know, right?
I don't really know ever what's happening there, but yeah, it's true.
Absolutely.
It's like before I even step out of the door, I've already spent $100. I don't know how that happens.
For sure.
But take advantage, utilize that. Thing is with budget pay, y'all, is maybe you set yourself a little limit. I could do better at this, but maybe you say like, okay, I'm going to spend $200 this month on ShopLC. And you're getting close to the limit. You can't buy the ring, but you could put the budget pay in and you wouldn't max your limit. So that's a good way to shop, right?
Smart.
All right, friends, we are about to get into it though because it is time for GP collection. So excited.
Oh, real quick, guys, let's put up that personal shopper number real quick so that you can take a screenshot of that as well.
Let's do it. Okay, here's your personal shopper number. Now, y'all, this is actually a designated personal shopper number for us, for the live stream. 888-835-2237. So, personal shoppers. 1, if you have any loose gemstones that you want to create into your own custom piece, they can help you. 2, anything in our show today, anything from earlier this morning, from yesterday, they can help you make those orders, and they know what we have going on in the live stream, so they can actually help you specifically with your live stream purchases. And I know sometimes too, with the live stream, with it being, the link, maybe you don't get the link, maybe it's in like a, I know sometimes on Instagram, it can go in like a requests folder or a hidden folder. That can happen with Facebook as well. It can be in like almost like a spam kind of folder. So check those folders, but if you don't get the link, just call the personal shoppers. I know from experience, my grandmother, she could shop online on the TV side. She could do the automated system. No, she wants to talk to a personal shopper. She wants to actually talk to someone to place the order, and I totally understand that. So if that is you, there's the personal shopper number. Also, if you have any issues, they are there to help, and they want to help. They really do. We have a really great personal shopper team. Okay, first, it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. I feel like I'm just like going to take off in flight. Look at this butterfly. So this is actually a multi-gem butterfly. And I'll get to all the gemstones, but the size of this, it is so gorgeous. And I also love that it's a little bit more abstract, right? The wings aren't completely uniform. You've got one side that's a little bit larger, one side that's a little bit smaller. And to me, what that looks like is the butterfly is kind of taking off in flight, right? The butterfly is kind of going. It's like moving this way. You kind of see that movement with the slight imbalance in the size of the wings. Is it looks like the butterfly is flying into that direction. Now, with this ring in particular, I'm going to point out the gemstones that we have here on the display behind me. So what we are getting here, thank you, Elias. So yeah, you'll see this one's slightly larger, so it's kind of like moving in that direction. But as we look at these gemstones, we've got African amethyst, citrine, peridot, rose de France amethyst. Is that right, rose de France? Yes, and then right here we've got white zircon. So we've got an array of multiple gemstones. You're getting a little bit of everything right there on the hand, the colors of the rainbow, and then that white zircon right there in the center, kind of that clean, crisp line. Something that people don't necessarily realize about white zircon is, depending on the quality of a diamond, white zircon can actually be a better option for an accent stone because it can actually have a whiter, brighter look. Now, white zircon, it is not cubic zirconia. Okay, I know some people get confused. They think cubic zirconia, white zircon. Wait, is it fake? Is it real? White zircon is an earth mined natural gemstone that just happens to have this beautiful white diamond-like presence. It's absolutely gorgeous. Everything actually that you see in this ring, these are all genuine earth mined gemstones. You're getting a total carat weight of 4 carats 15. Now this one's going to be done in 18 karat vermeil. 18 karat gold vermeil over silver. So majority of guys' pieces will be done in vermeil. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow you just to get these pieces at a slightly more manageable price point. Now, we had a really pleasant surprise. And at the end of our morning show, we actually had one of Gaia's luxury pieces. Okay, it was a AAA Tanzanian blue spinel in white gold with diamonds. So if you are interested in getting a high-end GP piece, go rewatch the show from this morning, 10 a.m., and check out the Tanzanian blue spinel. Gaia designed it. It is gorgeous. Like, if you love Tanzanite and you haven't seen Tanzanian blue spinel, you are missing out. Tanzanian blue spinel is like Tanzanite with a neon light underneath it. It is absolute insanity. Gorgeous gemstone. And then to see it done in gold with diamonds. And knowing Gaia, I know that she's really been wanting to push into the world a little bit more of luxury pieces. So more gold, more diamonds. So if you're able to support Gaia in those luxury pieces, I know that that would mean the world to her. in Italy, Gaia designs jewelry in gold, and so she would love to be able to do more of that here at Shop LC. Now, this ring in particular has a 5-star rating across the board. Elizabeth P. wrote, I love butterfly rings, and this one is a beauty. Ina said this ring looks expensive with beautiful shine and sparkly butterfly wings. It really does. It looks expensive, but guess what? It is not. Okay, it is not. Really great price point on this, and look at how it takes over the hand. So I love how Elizabeth wrote, I love butterfly rings, because I really feel like people who love butterflies, like they continue to gravitate to butterfly pieces. And I think that's why I'm loving so much how this wing is slightly larger, because most butterfly rings that we see out there, they would be completely symmetrical, right? This wing would look just like that wing. It'd be a mirrored image. So this one having the extended wing, it gives it a different look, right, than the other butterfly rings that you might have in your collection. So this is going to be a little different, kind of little spoof things up a little bit with this ring. But see how I have it on the middle finger? So I love a butterfly ring on the middle finger because I feel like with the way those wings kind of span out over the other fingers, it has this look like it just kind of takes over the hand. It has this really striking presence. Now, sizing on this one, we are looking at sizes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes, y'all heard that. 5 through 10, every size is available. Can y'all even believe that on GP Collection? So these are some of the newer pieces. So the inventory is good. It doesn't mean the inventory will remain. So get your size while you can. And Elias, just kind of behind the scenes secretly, reminded me of something very special about GP pieces. And that is that every single piece has a hidden sapphire, the secret sapphire. This is the GP signature. So you'll see on the butterfly, it's right there underneath the center of the butterfly. It's a teeny tiny petite blue sapphire. And so that blue sapphire, it's not to be showy, it's not for the world to see, but it's for you to know, hey, I have a genuine GP collection piece. And you'll see that right there. There's your little blue sapphire right next to the GP logo. So you'll know you are getting an authentic GP collection piece. And you guys, we use some really incredible outside designers. Now, here at Shop LC, with the pricing that we do, majority of our pieces are designed and manufactured in-house. But then we have some of these special collections, right? GP collection, Clarté collection, where we actually have outside designers who work, they create their pieces, we manufacture them, and then we bring those pieces to you at Shop LC pricing. So it's a really great way to get designer pieces for much less by shopping here at Shop LC. So price point on this today was starting at $249.99. We're actually going to bring that down to you, for you, to $187.49. $187.49, under $200 for this gorgeous butterfly display with a budget pay of $37. That, my friends, will be shop one, okay? Shop one for your gorgeous butterfly ring. Now we are bringing in part of the GP Triunfo collection. Now, again, this is going to be a multi-gem piece, but this one is not going to be varieties of gemstones. It's going to be multi-colors of one particular gemstone that we have all grown to love, and that is multi-tourmaline. Now, something I was mentioning earlier is we had a, I forget what tourmaline we had. We had a tourmaline piece, and I was saying how our tourmaline here at Shop LC is, to me, it stands out. Our multi-tourmaline. You see multi-tourmaline pieces on different shopping networks. You'll see it out there in the world of jewelry. But our multi-tourmaline pieces have this warmth to them. It's almost like the leaves in the fall, right? They all are very cohesive. The team does a really incredible job of like matching. So you don't have really like bright pieces next to more kind of subtle pieces. Everything in our multi-tourmaline is very warm, very inviting. It's kind of this soft color tone. It's not like boom, bam, oh, a little dull. No, it's all very soft, inviting, and cohesive. And so I love that. As you look at a bracelet, I mean, think about the amount of gemstones that go into a bracelet. So to create such a cohesive look is truly special. And then, of course, you do have an insert tab closure here with a double safety. So that is going to keep this secure on the wrist if you're dancing the night away, if you are out and about having lunch, and then maybe you go run a couple errands after lunch, you know this isn't coming off the wrist. Now, the way these are done, every stone is going to be a marquee cut, but it's actually graduated. So as you make your way from the back of the wrist, that's where you'll have the smallest marquee cut stones, and then as you make your way to the front, that's going to be where you see the largest marquee cut stones. And that's kind of where you see that butterfly-like display right there in the center, like the 4 wings of a butterfly. And then they just move outward from there. Now, something that you're likely not going to see through the screen here, just because it's a very small detail, is the metalwork. And I'm going to point that out to you on the screen. So what they have done is sterling silver beading. So sterling silver beading, it gives you the illusion of having an accent stone, right? Having an outline of white zircon, having an outline of diamonds. But what the team actually did is they've dotted sterling silver. So you'll notice on the edge of every single marquee cut stone, this dotting. And they do, right? They look like little white zircon. But what that actually is dotting in your rhodium over sterling silver. So it's just that added detail. And it wasn't necessary. They didn't have to do it. But the added detail of utilizing that beading is it gives it such an enhanced look. Because it creates the look of having accent stones. And who wouldn't want more stones, right? Who wouldn't want white zircon or diamonds or any of those stones to add that glamorous effect? Now, the size alone of this is very glamorous. I'm going to slip this onto the wrist. Elias, did this one come in multiple sizes? Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you.
So we are doing the same pricing on all 3 sizes.
Ooh, that's a bonus too, you guys. At a lot of places you shop, they will charge you more as the size goes up because you're likely getting additional carat weight. So we have sizes 6.5, 7 1/4, and 8 available. So we have this for every wrist out there. And I'm going to get this double safety open.
Here's the gemstones tourmaline.
Ooh, look at that. Okay, 106 multi-tourmaline in this bracelet. That's a lot of tourmaline. Look at the way that drapes. So elegant, so smooth. It truly drapes over the wrist. Then, just snap that into place. Yep, there we go. All right, look at that on the wrist, you guys. And see what I mean about the graduation? So the thickest part is going to sit right there at the base of the wrist. And then as you move to the outer edges and towards the back, those marquee cuts begin to get slightly smaller. And you'll see here on the back. There's where your smallest marquee cuts are. Now, this one will be done in rhodium over sterling silver. So you're actually getting the rhodium on top of the sterling silver. Rhodium, part of the platinum family. So it's going to have a really beautiful, almost mirrored-like finish. It's going to have a really nice polish to it. Love these reviews. Again, 5 stars across the board. And that really speaks to the GP name. Because I know our viewers, y'all have come to love, respect, and really treasure and savor these GP collection pieces. They're so incredibly special to you guys, and they're so special to us here at Shop LC as well. But Miss Pam wrote, I love it. Asunada G wrote, this bracelet is gorgeous. And you know what I love? She actually added a photo, and she has this bracelet along with, I want to say 2 other GP collection bracelets, and I think 2 GP collection rings, which is really neat. So she's layering up all of her GP. And I'll tell you, actually, I think she has it on with this bracelet, which we're going to have later in the show. I'm pretty sure she does. I think she has these 2 layered on. There we go. She does. Oh my goodness, look. This is our bracelet we're doing later. And then this is now. So she's kind of showing you ahead of time the ways you can mix and match. There we go. She's got those GP collection rings on as well, which I do think we might have one of those rings coming up later. So that is how you can style your GP jewelry, friends. You can add these pieces, mix and match. That is really what Gaia's line is about. Mixing and matching, having fun. You've got lots of color, lots of gemstones. Mix these pieces, wear them with excitement, wear them with joy. A lot of these pieces lean very much into just a very feminine presence. Enjoy that. Take that in. That's why I wore a floral top today for the GP show, because I knew there'd be so many pieces that just have this kind of natural essence to them. And so I always want to be able to kind of show you how I personally would style my GP pieces. I'd be rocking it with my florals. I'd honestly be rocking my GP pieces with my solids as well. But it's a really great way to style your GP collection pieces. Now, with the bracelet we currently have, your price point was starting at $400. We are going to bring you down to $300, and then you're going to have a budget pay of $60. $60 to get it home. Now, I wanted to show you. Elias was on top of it. He had the boxes ready for me. He knows I do love to show the boxes because the packaging is just incredible. Especially as we head towards the holidays and you're thinking about gifting. Having packaging like this, when someone opens their GP piece, they're instantly going to know, okay, this is a nice piece of jewelry, right? Like, this is a quality piece, a luxury piece.
Packaging really, just a box will do that.
It
but
does.
You know, as soon as you see the box, you know it's going to be good or not.
Like, packaging says a lot.
Yeah.
There's definitely something to packaging. Like, you see this. You've got the little gold glitter up at top. There is something to boxes and packaging. We're like, oh, that must be fancy. John's so right. You just instantly know.
Thoughtfully created, right?
Yes. And then within that box, you actually get this pouch. It's this really nice suede pouch. And every GP piece will come in that pouch. So if you travel, then you're going to be able to keep your pieces in the pouch when you go traveling, or even just to keep in your jewelry box. Since a lot of these pieces are rhodium over sterling, we would recommend keeping them into their pouches so that they don't oxidize. So that's always a good way to go. You're going to get that pouch included. Talk about feeling like you're getting luxury, okay? When you go into luxury jewelry stores, what does your jewelry come in? A pouch and then a box. And we are bringing that to you with our GP collection, which is a luxury collection. It really is. And then each one will also come with, and I love it, this sweet little card from Gaia. So it says, grazie mille. Thank you a million in Italian. It has Gaia's signature. And then on the inside, it has photos, family photos. And Gaia wrote a little note. It said, with your Giuseppe Perez family legacy piece, you've brought magic and creativity into your life. Here's to endless moments of Italian magic, style, and inspiration. And I love that because you see these photos of her grandfather and her father. And so you're really getting to see a little glimpse at the GP collection legacy. And honestly, sometimes these are different. Yeah, so she always has the same note. But if you collect GP collection pieces, you'll realize the cards have different photos. So like this one has Gaia in it. The other one had her dad working on jewelry in it. This one, let's see, is back to the one of her dad. So each card has little different photos, different family legacy photos, which just make it all the more special, right? If you're gifting and it comes with a story, I'm overly sentimental, I know, but I like things that tell a story. I like pieces that have a story behind it. And so I think that's why I gravitate so much to the GP collection pieces. All right, friends, that will be shop 3. Shop 3. Oh, shop 2. Thank you, Elias. Shop 2 on our GP collection Trionfo butterfly bracelet. Now we're getting into one of my absolute favorite gemstones. And I got to get back to you guys if y'all are watching. Anyone from the VIP page, I know, there was a post y'all had written that said to put in your favorite gemstone, type in your favorite gemstone. I was about to board a plane when I saw that, and I tried to start typing, and I was like, I typed like 2 words, and I was like, it was like airplane mode, and I was like, oh, okay, I got to get back to that, and I just completely forgot. I was traveling with my grandparents. They have not flown in a while. And so flying was a little bit stressful for them. And so I was like, nope, can't do this right now, but I will respond. And this is actually part of my answer. Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Sleeping Beauty turquoise.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's a split. Sleeping Beauty turquoise, but then just silver and gold. I mostly wear, I don't wear a lot of gemstone jewelry. day in and day out. I typically wear silver and gold. But if I'm going to wear gemstone, it's Sleeping Beauty turquoise. And then special occasions, moissanite diamonds, of course. This is the Capri collection, the island of Capri. So when you look at the Capri collection, it's really going to take on the essence of the ocean, kind of this island feeling that you get with the Capri collection. Done in sterling silver. So this one is not rhodium over sterling. This is going to be sterling silver on its own. And I will say to that is a lot of times when we see turquoise, so even if you were in, let's say, Ruidoso or Santa Fe, and you were walking into different gift shops, souvenir shops, jewelry shops, you would probably see Sleeping Beauty turquoise along with other different types of turquoise set in sterling silver. That's kind of just the standard when it comes to turquoise. Now, with this one in particular, or not with this one, but with some of our pieces here at Shop LC, we are very lucky. Sleeping Beauty turquoise is a single source gemstone out of Globe, Arizona. Globe, Arizona. I know, I can't say that without thinking like basketball, Globetrotters. I don't know. When I first got here and I was doing my Sleeping Beauty research, I was like, Globe, Arizona. And every time it just makes me think of basketball. But why is it called Sleeping Beauty? You might be wondering, going, why is it called Sleeping Beauty? Well, look at the mountain. So the idea here is that the mountain actually looks like Sleeping Beauty laying there sleeping, waiting for her prince to come. Y'all see that? So that is actually the mountain where Sleeping Beauty turquoise is mined. And I totally see it. I totally see that image.
100%.
Of her just laying there. Someday my prince will come, right? It is really sweet. But that mine is no longer producing. We are no longer seeing Sleeping Beauty turquoise coming out of Globe, Arizona. Actually, we're no longer seeing Sleeping Beauty turquoise coming out of anywhere. Sleeping Beauty turquoise is the single source gem. So we are very lucky because we have a really nice supply of Sleeping Beauty turquoise. So I'm not saying it's going away, it's gone, you have to get it today because we'll never see it again. You will continue to see Sleeping Beauty turquoise here at Shop LC. But keep in mind, 10 years, maybe even 5 years, you might see limited, or you might see more costly Sleeping Beauty turquoise. But since we do have such a great amount of Sleeping Beauty turquoise here, you will sometimes see Sleeping Beauty turquoise done in gold. I've even seen Sleeping Beauty turquoise done in platinum. So it does happen. You get some luxury pieces, but for the most part, it's typically done in sterling silver. And it kind of just leans into that southwestern element. But this is going to be the essence of the ocean. And you can kind of see that here. So you see these lines? It's like the lines of the waves coming in and hitting the shore. And then you've got your Sleeping Beauty turquoise kind of scattered throughout. It's like where the waves come up. That's where you've got that Sleeping Beauty turquoise. It's such a beautiful design. And I know many of you will love this ring because it's vertically placed. So I'm thinking back, and I want to say it was our very first Gem Fest. We've come a long way on our Gem Fest, okay? Our very first Gem Fest, Kim, who was one of our hosts, we love her, we miss her, and we hope she's doing well in Tennessee. But Kim was hosting a fashion workshop, and so she was showing how to style different outfits, and I was just sitting in. I was fairly new here. Probably been here about 6 months. I was just kind of sitting in on the workshop, and I remember someone right behind me, she raised her hand, and she was like, can y'all create, at the end of the workshop, the fashion workshop, and they kind of opened it up for questions, and she was like, we need more vertically placed rings. And she was saying, you know, some of us who are more petite, like horizontally placed rings, we want something that's going to elongate the finger, that kind of stretches down the finger, to give the hand an elongated look, to give you kind of that slender supermodel finger look. Which, little insider tip, I just realized this. It's taken me like 2 years of having to go get my nails done for this job. I never really got my nails done before coming here, you guys. And going, oh my gosh, why do they never turn out that great? Like, why does everyone's nails look better than mine? Finally found out a tip. You have to tell them to narrow them. They can actually like narrow them, like file them down kind of in the nail bed and narrow your nail. And that's what gives you that elongated look with the fingers. But also the vertically placed jewelry really does that. it really does elongate the fingers. So if you feel like, oh, my fingers are like, there are days where I look at them like, I don't even want to put rings on. Like, my fingers just don't look good. But the vertical placement of those gemstones really does elongate the fingers. And you'll see all of those Sleeping Beauty stones, there's 9 in total. They move completely down the finger. Now I'm going to measure this one for y'all. Top to bottom, you are looking at 1 inch. 1 inch from top to bottom. Ooh, amazing size range on these, you guys. I'm going to have to get in on this. But they have a size 5. They have a size 5. Guy is really good about that, about doing size 5. And I actually know why now. When we were in Italy, we didn't get our samples. And so Gaia actually lent me her pieces. Y'all, I wear a size 5. I could barely put Gaia's pieces on my hand. So she must wear like a 4.5. I was like, this is barely going on my finger. So I think that's why she's pretty adamant about getting all size 5 as often as possible. So that, you know, even those who have a little bit more petite hand can get into these, but we still go up to a 10. So pretty much a size for everyone. And looking at these reviews, Miss Cat wrote, gorgeous, well-made, comfortable. Oh yeah, it is comfortable. You know, it's longer on the front, but look at the back. It gets more narrow, so it doesn't mess with your flexibility at all. Natalie K wrote, excellent. I love the ring. Looks good on my finger. It really does. It's very flattering on the hand. Sally D, the ring is even more gorgeous than it showed on TV. I love Sleeping Beauty jewelry, and this brings it to another level. Yes, Sally. I appreciate the artisan design and makes it more modern and graceful. The price I paid was remarkable and well within my budget. Love my ring. Wow, Sandy touched on so many things. Artisan craftsmanship. It just has that artisan feel to it. All right, friends, your price point on that was starting at $89.99. We are going to take you down to $67.50, and then we're going to bring in a budget pay of $22.50. So $22 to get home your gorgeous GP ring. Please do not forget to put in the coupon code LIVE, LIVE 25 to get your 25% off. You want to make sure you get that. Y'all, 25%. That is a good discount. It's not 10, 25%. That will typically have me doing a double take. If I'm considering buying something in a store and it's like there's a 25% off, I'm like, ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, let me try that on. Okay, now we are going to get into a big, bold piece. Now this comes from the GP Royal Art Deco collection. So these are going to be pieces that have a bit of a regal presence to them, right? And when we think of royalty, what gemstone comes to mind, right? Maybe royal ruby, emeralds, amethyst, right? We all kind of know, well, not all of us, I didn't know before I came here, but if you've shopped with us here at Shop LC before, kind of the lore behind amethyst, right? The royalty would have amethyst in their, what do I call them, like their goblets, their cups, they're like jewel encrusted cups. They would have amethyst. Because back in those times, many of the kings and queens believed that amethyst would keep them, they could drink their wine out of the goblet, but the amethyst would keep them sober. So it was a really interesting kind of...
Why drink the wine, right?
Well, I guess because they figured then they could get all the intel that everyone's talking about, and they're just stashing all the intel. So that's kind of the lore with amethyst, which I always find to be so interesting. But royalty were seeking out amethyst. Royalty enjoyed amethyst. And so it really is a very regal stone. Purple, also, purple is known to kind of be that sign of royalty. I think to the Brittany Murphy movie, Uptown Girls. I just watched it recently for the first time in like 10 years. I forgot how much I love that movie. But she stitches in purple satin into the back of this guy's leather jacket because she's like, it's rockstar royalty. Like, purple is the color of rockstar royalty. I'm like, okay, see, it all interconnects, right? Purple really is the color of royalty. And so I loved to see that. Now, with this one, you're also getting, these are some beautiful photos, Elias. You're also getting,
I think when I see purple.
I love that. You were also getting, yeah, it does have that kind of cathedral, very like
gaudy color.
Yes, that like striking color. That's very much so. Good point, Elias. Thank you for sharing that. Now, with this one, you are also getting freshwater pearls. So, Royal Art Deco collection, we're not just talking about a very regal royal gemstone with the African amethyst. We're also bringing in freshwater pearls, which to me, pearls, I think of Jacqueline Kennedy. I just think of that very classy, elegant look. So we're checking two boxes. We've got a royal look, we've got an elegant look. And that makes for a very royal, regal, elegant ring. But also big, also bold. So you have your massive octagon amethyst. That is going to be your center stone. 14 by 10 millimeters. Y'all, it's huge. 14 by 10 millimeters. 7.77 carats. I love that. 777. 7 carats, 77. Then on the outer edges, they've horizontally placed your two freshwater pearls. And then kind of completing that space, we've input white zircons just to kind of fill the space. Now, I don't necessarily think you would need the white zircon. I almost feel like they're good protection for the freshwater pearls to give you kind of a full look. But take a peek here at the way that is designed. So here's your octagon. I'll never forget the size of that because it's 777. 7 carat 77. And then you have the pearl, and here's those little zircon I'm talking about. Just kind of completing the space, giving you a filled in space. Because, I mean, imagine if it wasn't there. It'd still be beautiful, but it would almost look like there's a little bit of empty space that needed to be filled. So I love that we did add that in. Ooh, look at that on the hands. Wow. We were talking about vertically placed rings earlier, but when you look at something like this that has more of a horizontal presence, to me it gives you this like finger to finger beauty, right? All the way across the finger. You're going to see gorgeous stones, pearls, whatever it may be. Now this one is going to be rhodium over sterling. So again, you're going to get that really nice high polish. And it is just a massive stone. Massive stone, not massive price tag, you guys. Sizing in this, we have sizes 6 through 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And again, incredible reviews. And I love seeing the reviews on GP collection pieces because I know for many of you, GP, these are pieces that you collect. You've built a collection of Giuseppe Perez pieces and you continue to add. So every time Gaia comes out with a new collection, you're like, okay, what piece is it going to be? Which one am I adding to my collection? And like we had shown earlier, these pieces mix and match. They are designed to do that. That's why you see so many multi-gemstone pieces. That's why you see, you know, just mixed metals. Because Gaia really wants you to mix and match her pieces, to wear Giuseppe Perez collection all together, all at once. Come in with all of your gorgeous pieces. Now, Miss Kathy wrote, this ring is regal. I lost regal. Regal, which is the word I was using, y'all. Sometimes I swear these comments or the reviews, it's like I say the same thing. This ring is regal and feminine at the same time. Great mind on that one. I am beyond happy with my purchase. Great center stone, the color, clarity, and cut. Sweet pearls and accents that do not detract from the amethyst. You guys, that was actually a conversation we were having a lot earlier, right? We were doing a high-end show and many of the settings were very, very simple. And I kept saying, you know, when you have such a gorgeous center stone, you almost want the setting, the accent stones. You want more simplicity because you want the focus, the eye, the attention to be on that center stone. And so I think that's a great way to say it. Margaret wrote, beautiful. All right, now our starting price on this is amazing, you guys. $109.99. Like, why are we even applying a coupon code? That's an amazing deal for a 7 carat 77 point amethyst with pearls, with white zircon, but we are bringing it down to $82.50. $82.50, and then a budget pay of $20.62. You can actually get this home for $20 on your budget pay. Again, you guys use that budget pay, and this one will be shop 4. shop for your African amethyst pearl combination. Now, super excited for this one because, again, getting into the vertically placed rings. Now, this one kind of has a vertical and horizontal placement, and I'm excited for you to see this on the hand because I don't feel like, if you've seen it on the website, maybe you've been browsing GP pieces, I don't feel like the image does it justice in kind of the magnitude and size of this ring. So this is your GP Italian Garden collection, and it is the feather ring. And I absolutely see that. To me, it kind of is reminiscent of like a peacock feather, right? You see those stones feathering outward. I feel like it definitely has the presence of a peacock feather. But again, it's got that vertical placement. That is a long ring on the hand. Now, trying to see if you could wear it the other way. You really couldn't because it would go up on your knuckle, and I don't think that would be very comfortable. So you're going to want to wear kind of that elongated feather portion moving outward on the hand. So in this ring, you are going to have gorgeous Catalina iolite with white zircon. So Catalina iolite is like an indigo blue. It's a gemstone we don't talk about as much. And I don't think it's actually what people would expect. If I think Catalina iolite, I almost feel like I would think of like a really light, soft, maybe Caribbean blue. But Catalina iolite is actually just this gorgeous, deep indigo. So you almost see kind of shades of purple in your Catalina iolite. And then, of course, you've got the white zircon. And those are kind of going to make out the edges of the feathers and then kind of swooping and swirling down the band as well. Now, every single one of those Catalina iolite, those are going to be 4x3 millimeter pairs. So they are prominent in size. You guys, actually, they're like really prominent in size. My moissanite tennis bracelet is a 3 millimeter tennis bracelet. These are 4x3 millimeters. These stones are larger than stones you'd see on a lot of tennis bracelets, which is really, really neat. And then you have the white zircon mixed in. And of course, you're going to have your hidden sapphire on the under portion of this ring as well. So here's kind of that feathering look, right? The white zircon, those move outward from your Catalina iolite. Now, every one of those Catalina iolite, 4x3 millimeter pair. And then look at that swoop in. So again, you're kind of going with that feathering motion with the white zircon. It kind of rolls up that feather and then outward down the band. So it's this look of kind of movement, just like flowing outward with those feathers. That's a really great view. Thank you, Elias, for showing that, because I think it's good for people to see. Remember how I was saying you're going to want to wear it pointing down the hand? And you see what I mean there, y'all? If you were to wear it pointing inward, this would kind of go up onto the knuckle, and that would not make for a very comfortable fit. If you wear it that way and you have some kind of trick of the trade, you let me know. But I'm just not imagining that would be a very comfortable fit. When I put it on, it was all the way up the knuckle, and I was thinking, oh, no. Again, it's giving you that option, though, to have that more elongated look on the hand. And measuring this one's going to be even more elongated. Top to bottom, 1.5 inches. Oh my goodness, 1.5 inches from top to bottom. All right, sizes 6 through 10 available. Start price was $139.99, and we brought you down to $105. So you're looking at $105 with a $21 budget pay. Please, 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 if you are interested, comment shop 5. But do not forget, when you check out on the website, insert the promo code LIVE25. That's going to get you 25% off on your purchase. It's not automatically applied, so make sure you input that coupon code. I think sometimes people think it's automatically applied, and they're like, wait, that's not the price I expected to pay. You've got to input that coupon code. Now we're hoping soon, you guys. I know Guy was hoping to start doing some more live streams with us, so hopefully we'll be able to have her call in and do the live streams with us in the future. Now, here we go again with just such a beautiful piece. And this is actually something I think you could mix with the first bracelet. But you could also mix it with the bracelet we're going to have coming up. Look at the size of that. It's big, It's bold, completely striking. Every time I say this one, I fall in love. So you are looking at multiple gemstones, but the center stone, right, the focal point, that is going to be your Rose de France amethyst. So in the photo, I would say it looks a little bit more like an African amethyst, right? It's slightly darker in color, but as you see on my hand, you'll see kind of that light, not quite lavender, but a much softer color tone on your amethyst. And then you've got additional gemstones, and I'll show you which each one of those are. So looking at the additional gemstones you have surrounding your Rose de France amethyst, you have citrine right here. You've got African amethyst, additional Rose de France, peridot, rhodolite garnet right here. And then here, in the shape of a little bumblebee. You guys, I love this. We've got our white zircon, and that makes up the look of the bumblebee. Look at that. How sweet is that? And I love it because when we think about flowers, right? We think about the bumblebee landing right there on the flower. And so you actually have your bumblebee right there at the edge of your ring. So again, it brings you back to just the attention to design and detail that Gaia does, right? With a ring like this, she very easily could have done citrine here and here. She could have made it completely symmetrical. You know, we've got citrine, amethyst, peridot, garnet, citrine. Could have had citrine, peridot, garnet. Like, we could have done just like the same look all the way around. But Gaia didn't stop there. She really brings you in. This is the Italian garden collection. So she's really trying to create that essence of an Italian garden right there on your hand. It's a special opportunity. So I love to see that. It's those little details, right? If you were to go into a luxury jewelry store, if you were to go into a high-end department store that specializes in jewelry, or not specializes in jewelry, but sells jewelry, you would see pieces like that with those little just teeny tiny details, right? And you would pay a huge premium for that teeny tiny little detail. You're not paying a huge premium for the detailing on that. That is just what Gaia strives to do. 12.9 total carat weight, you guys. That is massive. Major carat weight. It is done in an 18 karat rose gold vermeil. So this is actually the first time so far that we've seen the rose gold vermeil in today's show, and I love it. I feel like with this piece in particular, because it's floral, the rose gold is exactly what it needs. All right, now start price on this. And I do want to point out, thank you, Elias, the thing about vermeil, and I don't always mention this. I feel like I used to say it all the time, and then you get in habit, and you're like, oh, everybody's heard that. But with vermeil, okay, so vermeil is a premium jewelry finish. So not everything is considered vermeil. It can be just gold over sterling. Ours is actually vermeil, and it uses 75% pure gold over precious sterling. Now, the rose gold or the yellow gold, whatever it is, has to be 2.5 microns thick. So you can't just dip it. It has to have a certain amount of coating to be considered vermeil. And so what that means is it's going to have durability and it's going to have a long lasting shine. So you're not going to have to worry about, oh, I wear it a few times and then my ring starts kind of wearing off that gold, right? Because we've all kind of had like gold plated, and you might wear those pieces for, I don't know, a few months, maybe a year. And then you start realizing the gold is kind of like washing away, and you're seeing it's almost like it's tarnishing. And you're seeing more like the silver, or it's just gold plated and you don't even know what's underneath it. So this is definitely the way to go with vermeil. Now, start price was $159.99. We are going to bring you down to $120 with a budget pay of $24. Sizes on this 6 through 10. I do want to encourage everybody, if you wear a size 5 like myself, this makes a really pretty middle finger ring because of the size. Makes a really beautiful middle finger ring. And I'm going to, again, measure that top to bottom 1 inch. All right, friends, that will be shop 6. Shop 6 for our Italian garden ring. I can't get over the little bumblebee. It's too cute. Oh, look who we have. Isaac is joining the party. Isaac, how's it going? Did you get your errands done? I know you were saying, you didn't know if you'd pop into the second show because you had some errands to do. So hopefully you're able to get your errands done. If you have to pop out of here, we understand. We totally get it. All right. But we will have a blast this second hour because I actually feel like I'm pretty much very slow traditionally on my jewelry, and I almost feel like I'm speeding through this. I need to slow it down so that we have the full hour to get through all of these pieces because we're doing good. I know. I'm actually like I have to slow myself down, or I'm going to be going back talking about my favorites like we used to do. Okay. So we're at the top of the hour, so we're going to do a little reintroduction, especially since now we actually have Isaac in the house joining us on Instagram. And if you're joining us from Facebook, from TikTok, from YouTube, or even from our website, can they write in from our website? I never remember.
Yes, they can.
Okay, so wherever you are joining us from today, write in, leave a comment, say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. I know Isaac is watching from Cleveland. We are live from outside of Austin, Texas. Yes, Austin, Texas, where it was 60 this morning, and it's going to be 90 this afternoon because that's just how we do it in the fall in Texas, okay? I opened my patio door to let my dog out. I have a patio off of my bedroom, and so as soon as she wakes up in the morning, she's standing at the door like, I want to go out there. So I let her out. And I felt the breeze. I was like, oh, wow. It feels like fall out there. And then I looked at the weather thinking, oh, is it going to feel this way all day? No, it was going to get up to 90. I don't know if it's quite up to 90, but I do know when I went to grab my lunch, it wasn't really sweater weather anymore. It had already shifted. I had to go to the bank and get a few groceries. Oh, nice. A good way to kind of start the weekend with your groceries, because I know if I don't have groceries for the weekend, I will end up eating out every single meal. And I don't have groceries for the weekend, so I have not set myself up for success for this weekend. That's okay. We'll make it work. But to anyone who is just now tuning in, it looks like we have Fregoso, we had Krista, we had Noreen. Welcome, my friends. I'm glad to see y'all here in the live stream. We always love seeing new faces and familiar faces alike. So like I said, comment, let us know where you're tuning in from today. And welcome to the live stream party. It's Friday, you guys. It's Friday, 3 p.m. Central Time. So pretty much getting close to Friday happy hour, okay? So let's have some fun. Now, we are in the middle of a GP collection show, but what's behind me is actually the most important thing that we do here at Shop LC. And it is called your purchase fees. So here at Shop LC, for every single item that you purchase, now this can be a $7, the $7 stainless steel Holy Bible earrings, which we were selling. It could be a $200 GP collection bracelet. It could be a $2,000 ring from my morning show. Whatever it is, for every single item that we sell, guess what? We donate a warm meal to a child in need. And I feel like people find this, I feel like we find this to be so special is because we've heard a lot of these stories of, many of the kids, they likely wouldn't be in school if it weren't for the meal. Because we do this here, right here in our home state of Austin. And we also do this abroad in India where our parent company is. And for many of those children, it would actually be more beneficial to be out in the workforce working. However, because they're going to be fed, they're able to go to school to get that meal. So it's really special what we do. I think we're at 56 million meals. So yeah, they haven't even updated our graphic because I truly believe we're now at 56 million meals, which is just incredible, you guys. And that is not something that we take credit for. That is all because of you, because of your purchases, because you choose, and you could shop anywhere. You choose to shop with us here at Shop LC, and you get to give back. And I don't know anywhere else that gives back without asking you to do anything, right? Like, we don't say, oh, we'll donate a meal if you donate $1. Oh, we'll donate a meal if you round up. No, we literally just donate a meal. It's as simple as that. So very special, very close to my heart, and I hope one day I'll get to be participate in your purchase feeds. I know we've had many of our Austin colleagues go and actually pack those lunches, and I think they did some events too where they filled the backpacks with school supplies. So hopefully one day, maybe the live stream team will get to go and participate in your purchase feeds. Okay.
I'm ready to cook, Lauren.
Hey, I can set me up with a big bowl of something, and I can do the stirring. I can manage that. Put me in a kitchen with a big bowl of mac and cheese or beans or something, and I'll just do the stirring.
Boom, there you go.
The easy stuff.
You
Okay.
cook?
I do cook, actually.
Okay,
I
cool.
stick to just like probably a solid 10 recipes on rotation consistently.
Whatever works, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll go wild and do something new. Okay. This bracelet. Y'all, we brought this out earlier, right? I was telling you how you could layer this. I love this one so much, especially with the ring we just did. So this is your Italian Garden Collection bracelet. I am just in awe over this bracelet. So, thanks, Isaac. Lauren burns water.
About that.
Okay.
That was funny.
I will say this. No, but I do struggle with cooking rice, okay? I don't think I've ever fully properly learned how to cook rice. So
Rice is my favorite.
I need to just get a rice cooker, my goodness, because
I thought I was the only one.
I cannot
It's
cook rice
the
well.
easiest thing.
I know, but not for me. It does not come out right. Yeah, I need to work on that. I also just found out probably last week that I've been cooking pasta wrong too, because apparently you're supposed to let the water boil before you put the noodles in. And I just put the water in, turn it on, and pour everything inside. So you learn something new every week.
My goodness.
I feel like I need to record that. This is for the bloopers.
But now I know. So now my pasta's always turned out. It's just not the proper way to do it. Okay, y'all. This is a multi-gemstone bracelet. And I can't wait to show you all of the gemstones in this bracelet. It's the Italian Garden Collection I love because it really is taking you into a garden, right? We could call something a garden collection and have one flower, a little dainty flower, okay? But that's not what we do with GP. With GP Collection, our garden collection, you are decked out in flowers. You have flowers wrapped around your wrist. We don't take things lightly here when we call it a garden collection. Isaac said he's great at making rice. Oh, Isaac, you've been living on Aldi pizza. I will say Aldi pizza, they're like ready to bake pizzas that aren't frozen but they're refrigerated. Those are pretty good. Okay, let's get into these gemstones. We have citrine, African amethyst, garnet, and peridot. So peridot, citrine, garnet, and African amethyst. So you are getting just a collage of color, a collage of gemstones right there on your wrist. Now this bracelet, we do have it available in 6.5 inches, 7 1/4, and 8 inches. So 3 sizes available.
Same price.
Same price. Ooh la la. Thank you, Elias. 3 sizes, same amazing price. Now, one thing to note. Does the gemstone weight change at all, Elias, as we go from size to size?
I believe it does. Let's confirm that.
Okay, so yes, your gemstone weight, your overall gemstone weight will get slightly larger as you move from size to size, but your price doesn't. That is unheard of in the world of jewelry. We are ranging from about 18 to 24 carats of genuine earth mine gemstones, and there's no range in price. Every single size is the same. If you were to go into a jewelry store and ask to have different sizes at the same price, they would look at you like, are you crazy? We're giving you more carat weight. We're giving you additional gemstones. So with that, with the additional gemstones, with the additional carat weight, we're not adding on additional pricing. You guys. It's not something anyone else does, and I always get excited to share that with you guys, especially because sometimes you'll see different sizes, but they'll have the same carat weight. So that means we've kind of like maneuvered the bracelet slightly differently, maybe with the closure, some things, and that makes sense. But you're actually getting different carat weights at the same price point, which is really cool. Now, don't go getting the largest size just to go get more carat weight, because some people are like, oh, I'll do that, and then I'll have 2 links taken out, and I'll get earrings made. Let's be real. We're probably not going to do that, okay? I know me. It would sit in a box forever. It'd be too big to wear. The chances of me actually going and taking this to a jewelry store and having them alter it, very unlikely, okay? So I would just say get the size that fits and go from there. Here's that bracelet again. Let's take a peek at some of these reviews. So Rachel wrote, gorgeous. I had been searching for a gem flower bracelet for a long time. When I found it, I love it. Beautiful, bright stones. Amazing. Love that. We also have Rachel S., a different Rachel, said, gorgeous. I have been searching for a gem bracelet for a very long time. I am very happy. Lots of y'all looking for a floral bracelet. Love to hear that. Amelia, so pretty. This was such a bargain. It is gorgeous. Asunada, this bracelet matches the ring. It is gorgeous. I don't think we have this specific ring, but I will show y'all. So there is an actual specific ring that matches this one. We don't have to happen to have it on this show, but look how beautifully it matches the ring from before. And that's the great thing about Gaia's collections, is if you get any pieces from the GP Garden, the Italian Garden collection, they're going to go with other pieces in the Italian Garden collection. So those can all be mixed and matched. If you get pieces from the Art Deco collection, those can be mixed and matched in with pieces from the Art Deco collection. So it gives you a lot of room to get creative, to have fun with your pieces. And I love that about the GP collection. So looking at pricing on these, we are starting at $299. Now, y'all know we're going to apply that coupon code to get you the 25% off. That coupon code again, LIVE25, move my head out of the way. There it is, LIVE25. That is going to bring you down to $225 with a $45 budget pay. Okay? $225 with a $45 budget pay. I'm going to put this right over here. And I love that, you guys. 5-star rating across the board. That just speaks volumes. It really does. It speaks volumes to the quality of Gaia's jewelry and just kind of, I don't even want to call it loyalty, but how revered Gaia's jewelry is, right? Like there is just a love for her pieces. And I think that comes because when you've seen Gaia on air, right? And you see how she speaks about these pieces. You see the passion that exudes from Gaia when talking about her jewelry. It's like, how could you not have just so much respect for that, right? You know, we all try or think like, I'm going to take so much pride in my job, so much pride in my craft. We all kind of have those moments we get lazy or we slip through, or you know, something slips through the cracks, or we could have done it a little bit better. It was just one of those days, we say. But Gaia really, she gets it spot on every single time. And she kind of mentioned, when I saw her in Italy, she mentioned that, you know, the first, I think, year when she took over from her father, she felt like the pieces were kind of missing the mark a little bit. It wasn't, everything wasn't lining up the way she had hoped. And that was because, you know, she's designing in Italy. She's then kind of sending those to the design team in India, and then they're manufacturing them. And so sometimes when you see a design and then what physically is presented might be not quite a match of what she had in her mind. And so after that first year, she was like, nope, I'm going to India. I'm going to go there. I think she goes twice a year. I'm going. I will work with the design team. I will work with the manufacturers so that every piece comes out the way I see it, the way I envision it in my mind. And so I think that's so special. I mean, to sacrifice 2 weeks, 2 times a year. You see a guy in India right there behind me. And she does this for 2 weeks at a time. Just because she wants her pieces to portray the absolute best quality. She really wants to capture the essence of Italian culture. And so she takes pride. She takes pride in her work. She sits with the design team. Okay? She sits with the manufacturers. She's going through, okay, I don't know about this chain. Ooh, I like this gemstone, but could we do it this way? I mean, she gets completely intricate and detailed with the team to make sure everything is perfect. A lot of designers don't do that, you guys. They get the design, they send it off, that's it. Believe me, most of the celebrity brands that we see out there, the clothing brands, the shoe brands, majority of those people are not going to the manufacturing plant, checking every little hinge and hook on the clothes or every zipper or every rhinestone on a shoe. They sign off, they send it off, and then they're done. That is not how Gaia does things, and I have a lot of respect for that. All right, shop 7 for our garden collection bracelet. Now we're getting back into Sleeping Beauty. Oh, look at this, okay? Another vertically placed ring, and wow, this has a gorgeous presence on the hand. Look at that. Wait. Wow. Love this. Okay, so this is going to include 10 oval Sleeping Beauty turquoise stones, 3.48 carats in total of your Sleeping Beauty turquoise. So as you see right there on the hand, you've got 2 rows of 5 Sleeping Beauty turquoise stones. Now, as we look here, it's really actually great to see it in this angle because you see the way the white zircon, this could just be prongs, right? Holding in the Sleeping Beauty turquoise. We wouldn't necessarily need the white zircon, but Gaia has incorporated that white zircon. And what it does is it kind of takes this ring from a very casual demonstration. And I love the sides as well. It's almost like this fleur-de-lis-esque look. Takes something that would look very casual and it actually gives it a very elevated look. Now, this again is going to be part of the Capri collection. So again, we're thinking of the island of Capri off the coast of Italy. We're thinking beautiful blue waters. We're thinking just like this enchanting coastline. I'm even thinking about, right, like the buildings. We always think about the Amalfi Coast in Capri, and you see the blue and white buildings and just the colors. And so a ring like this really captures the colors and the essence and the beauty that we would find in these kind of coastal atmospheres, in these coastal spaces. Sizes on this one, we are back to having a size 5. Woohoo, petite fingered friends, holla where you at. We have sizes 5 through 10. So really nice size range on this one. And again, vertically placed with our Sleeping Beauty turquoise. So let me measure that. It's about 0.8 inches from top to bottom. Isaac, you mean LeBron isn't sewing his overpriced shoes? No, I have a feeling not. All right, we do have a really nice review here from Rebecca. And I say really nice because sometimes I find that we don't need to be fancy with our words. Sometimes short and sweet is better, right? Like to the point, short and sweet. This is what, this is it. 5 stars. And she said, beautiful, right? We didn't need to know, oh, you know, this, that, or the other. It's just beautiful. She said it. That is what she sees when she has her ring on. And she's like, beautiful. And it is. Now, again, I have this one on my middle finger, which I put a lot of these on my middle finger today simply because the sample sizes can be a bit large. But a lot of these I think would wear really great as a middle finger ring. because of the size, because of the overall presence. When you're looking at something a bit larger, like this, right, with that vertical placement, but then it's not just the vertical placement because you also have the white zircon and kind of that fleur-de-lis motion going down the sides. So you're getting that addition of yes, you have the fleur-de-lis, but the vertical and horizontal placement. So it's taking up a lot of real estate on the hand with a ring like this. And it's so different. That's something that's so striking to me, is it's so different from the GP collection ring that we had earlier on in the show, right? That one was very more of a casual look, right? We had it in sterling silver. It had kind of the wave-like design etched into the sterling silver. You look at this one, we are talking about 18 karat gold vermeil. You have the Sleeping Beauty turquoise, the white zircon. It has an element of a luxury that we weren't necessarily seeing in the first ring. The first ring was beautiful, but it was more of a casual wear, where this ring has an essence of luxury. Now, I wanted to point out, because I've been forgetting to do so, here is your under gallery, and that is where you see your secret sapphire, as well as that GP logo. Oh, thank you, Elias. Here are these two together, which is actually perfect to show how you can own a ton of Sleeping Beauty turquoise, and you can rock these in totally different ways, okay? So here is your sterling, and then here's the vermeil. Do y'all see what I mean? How option one, you could wear that with jeans and a t-shirt. Option two, you could dress up with a cocktail dress, with an evening dress. Both beautiful, both featuring Sleeping Beauty turquoise, but done in completely different ways. And both part of that Capri collection, because we're really leaning into that beautiful watercolor look with the Sleeping Beauty turquoise. You know, they consider Sleeping Beauty turquoise to be the only turquoise that has absolutely no veining. So Sleeping Beauty turquoise is pure robin's egg blue. No veining, no streaks, no line. Pure robin's egg blue. It's pure. And that's really why I love Sleeping Beauty turquoise so much. You know, I love turquoise just in general because I consider myself a bit of a country girl, and I love putting on my cowgirl boots, and turquoise jewelry, you know, kind of goes hand in hand with that. But I also feel like turquoise, it's a neutral, which sounds so crazy. I even sound crazy thinking right now I'm saying this out loud, but turquoise to me is a neutral. I would wear turquoise with this blouse. I would wear turquoise with, I've worn turquoise with a lot, you guys. I would wear turquoise with just about any color. With leopard print, I would wear turquoise. I feel like turquoise goes with anything. It's that pop of color. It's pure in color. So you're not worried like, ooh, is it distracting? I just love it. It's one of my absolute, it is really my absolute favorite stone. And then I work moissanite in there as well for kind of that sparkle factor and the glitz and glamour effect. I love to see moissanite. Now, pricing on this one, we were starting at $180. That's your start price. Amazing price for Sleeping Beauty turquoise, right? We were talking about it earlier. They haven't mined Sleeping Beauty turquoise since it was either 2011. So it has been a long time since they have mined Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Bringing your price down, however, to $135, and then you have a $27 budget pay. All right, friends. Yeah, 27 on your budget pay. That will be shop 8. Shop 8.
7.
Shop 7. Shop 7. Thank you, Elias.
You had it right. I'm sorry.
Oh, did I?
Yes, you did.
Oh, shop 8. Okay. Oh, here we go. We've got
Just keeping you on your toes.
I know. Thank you, Elias. I appreciate it, though, because half the time I am one behind because I'm talking too much over here. But today I'm actually trying to like drag on because I feel like I'm going to get through these too quickly. Tony is joining us. Tony said, "Hey, Lauren and everyone, happy Friday from a cloudy overcast and 63 degrees." Tony, that sounds okay. I know cloudy and overcast wasn't always that great. I love cloudy and overcast. I kind of love a cozy day like that, but it sounds like Chicago. Y'all are getting a little bit of fall weather. So I like to hear that. No sleeping on this ring with 10 Sleeping Beauty stones on the top side with the gold pan. Purely good. You know what? I love that, Tony. No sleeping on the Sleeping Beauty turquoise ring or on the Sleeping Beauty stones. That's a great way to put it. I'm going to start using that. I really am. Sorry, Tony. I'm going to start stealing that and using that on air. No sleeping on Sleeping Beauty turquoise, you guys. Y'all get on top of this. You don't want to miss it because, hey, it is no longer being mined. And I don't say that to like rush, panic you, like we're going to be out tomorrow. But why not get these opportunities when you can, when it's a really great deal to start adding these gemstones. But hey, in time, they're going to be harder and harder to find. Why not start getting them now? Okay. Tony asked, was saying to Isaac, health is everything. All right. Okay, here is our dragon. Now, we had this last time I did a GP show. And this is such a unique dragon. So this is actually going to be your Nyasa ruby. And the Nyasa ruby is going to have a bit of heat treatment. So something that Miss Becky taught me and that I've always kind of carried with me is when something has heat treatment. So that FF that you see, that's fissure fill. And when you have that, there's nothing wrong with having a treated stone. And I think we can get caught up in that. But something to keep in mind is our hair is oftentimes treated, right? Whether it's heat treated, color treated. We might apply a little bit of makeup on. There are different things that we do, right? So I feel like what we have to focus on when it comes to treated stones is we're taking what's already beautiful and just enhancing that beauty. So it's not like the gemstone is like not beautiful, but we're taking it and we're bringing it to its maximum capability. So we're making it as beautiful as we possibly can with that treatment. So your Nyasa ruby, that is going to be a 6x6 millimeter cushion coming in at a carat 54. And then everything else here in your ring is going to be done in gorgeous white zircon. So the ruby is kind of like tucked in. It's like the dragon. He's kind of holding on to that little ruby. He's holding it in place. So the dragon is covered in white zircon. Okay, you see that. Covered in white zircon. And what I love here that's so interesting is where your white zircon has been placed, the prongs and kind of the under portion of the setting has actually been done in rhodium over sterling. But then the actual outline of the dragon and the band of the ring is done in 18 karat gold vermeil. So what we have here is a really beautiful contrast between the rhodium over sterling and the rose gold vermeil. But also what you see here is accentuating the light, bright essence of the white zircon. Because when we put the the rhodium over sterling under the white zircon, it just enhances the brightness. It enhances that white color tone. And so that's what you see. And I love the way that's done. It is absolutely beautiful. And then you see your dragon kind of, I say he's holding on to the ruby. That's just how I see it. He's kind of holding on to his gem, his treasure. You could also see it as the tail of the dragon. Because what this dragon does is you'll see the dragon face, which is very detailed. And then it wraps around the finger, the body. And then it could be the tail, or kind of be the tail wrapped around that ruby, which is just for some reason how I see it every time I wear this ring. Now, profile-wise, this is something I point out to you. You have kind of the, I don't know if they would be the horns of the dragon, what you would call those, the ears of the dragon, but those are all individual. So if you are looking for like glove friendly, probably not. I don't think this is something you're going to do like an everyday basis. This is more one of those special moment pieces. But this could likely get caught if you were, going to put your hand in your pocket, going to put on a pair of gloves, because it's very high profile. And you'll see that. Look at how high profile it is. All right, now we are sold out on size 6. This is the first item of the day that we've actually had a size sold out. And so if that's ever the case, there's a little black bell that appears in the corner next to size that's sold out. Click on that bell. What you can do then is input your email address. And if we happen to get your size, we will then email you when your size returns. Other than that, we have sizes 7, 8, 9, and 10. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Price point, we were starting with $179.99. We're going to bring you down to $135. And then from there, we're going to get you a budget pay of $27. $27. I love these reviews. Somebody actually left photos with their rings. So if you want to go on the website and look at those, go ahead and comment shop 9 so that we can get you that link so you can see those photos. But Elizabeth P. wrote, winner. Another winner from Gaia Perez. Beautiful ring. Brooke B. wrote, what an absolutely beautiful ring. Extremely well made and comfortable. The dragon design has been a great conversation starter as well. It is a conversation starter. That we cannot deny, right? You look at that dragon, you're like, okay, yes, that will spark conversation. People go, wait, what is on your hand? What is that ring? Where'd you get that? Is that custom made? Like, it does have that presence where people are going to go, wait, I need to see that ring. Tell me about it, right? I mean, dragon jewelry just has that look. It's very distinct. It's very different. And so you are going to get, you're going to get questions. I always say there's certain pieces that I say, hey, if you don't want any attention, if you don't want people bothering you, this isn't the piece for you. Now, this one might draw a little bit of attention to you. It might draw a little bit of attention. Tony, I love it. Thank you, Tony. Tony says, haha, you have my permission to use the no sleeping on Sleeping Beauty on any show, live stream, or the TV side. It's all good. Thank you, Tony. I mean, yes, that was too good of a description not to use. That needs to be heard. And you know what, Tony, I have a feeling, be like, my friend Tony says, and I love this, no sleeping on Sleeping Beauty turquoise.
Spread the wealth.
Yes, I will give you a shout out, my friend. It's always good to see you in here, Tony.
Actually, it's a catchy slogan.
It is. We should have that. No sleeping on Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Okay, final peek there at our gorgeous dragon ring. Very different and unique. And that will be shop 9. Shop 9 for the Nyasa Ruby Dragon Ring. Okay, I am so excited for this next pendant. So this is bringing us back to the Italian garden collection. And when you think about gardens, right, you think about life, you think about beauty, you think about growth. And I think all of those words also kind of go hand in hand with family. And so with this pendant, it's actually a necklace. You will get the 20-inch chain included. But to me, this is like a family tree. You have multi-tourmaline. So the entire pendant itself is going to be done in multi-tourmaline. And you've got this beautiful oval. And the oval, I'll walk you through the different colors there. But you've got all of these leaves on the tree. And each leaf is a different color of multi-tourmaline, which to me is such a beautiful representation of all of the different people in our family, right? All of the different people who are unique and different. We all have our own unique color. Now the top, that's the tree, right? Elias, will you scroll up for me for a minute real quick? No, it's not. Okay. It's orange tourmaline. I really thought it was citrine. So we have orange tourmaline up top. That's kind of going to be
Here's your total.
That pear shape. 16 stones in total on your tourmaline. Mm-hmm. On the tourmaline alone. Now let me flip that. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. I know. In the photos, it doesn't appear this large. It is definitely a striking and large pendant. Now, here behind me, you'll see the full pendant. And you see we've got kind of the orange tourmaline, the pink, the green, the burgundy. You've got lighter greens. You've got more of teals, yellows. And that's that tree. And to me, this would be a beautiful Mother's Day gift, right? Where each one of those leaves represents their children and grandchildren. This would be a beautiful gift to yourself if you want something representative of your family. And just honestly, when we wear pendants, right, they're right there next to our heart. So the pendant that you wear, I feel like oftentimes, if it's going to be something where often you want it to have meaning because you're holding it close to your heart. And so with this, maybe you're someone who holds your family close to your heart and you want that little reminder on the neckline. And I feel like this is just so beautifully done. Now, this will be done in your 18 karat gold vermeil, yellow gold vermeil, and it's a 20-inch chain. So a vermeil chain as well. So you're getting the chain included. And if you are someone who likes to wear their jewelry a bit higher, no worries. Put it onto another chain that you have. You likely, if you're a Gaia collector, have purchased a piece that maybe came with an 18-inch chain or an adjustable chain, and you could just put it on a slightly higher chain. But I love the presence on the neckline, and I'm going to measure it for you guys because when you look at that, it does not look this big, right? Oh, I got to tell y'all where the white zircon is because the zircon is going to go all the way around the edges. So it's, again, like the framework. It's like the tree is the picture. That's the focal point. And then the white zircon is going to create the picture frame outlining that tree. And then you've got the upside down pear shape up top. And that's going to be kind of where your whole pendant hangs from. Now, those are not stationary. So your pendant does dangle. There is some movement there. Lobster claw closure there on your chain. And then let's do a measurement. Oh, I love what Tony said. He said, by the way, Gaia has a winner with this dragon setting inside the ruby. Brilliant. I know. And that's the thing, Tony, is Gaia, I feel like she knocks it out of the park every single time. Like her designs, she takes it to another level. So intricate, so thought out, so detailed. Measuring this from top to bottom, looking at 1.5 inches from the top of your pear to the bottom of your kind of tree, family tree of life pendant. So absolutely gorgeous. We had Kamal joining us. Oh, let's see what Tony said here. Those tree of life pendants are definitely keepsakes, and Gaia's piece is no exception. Yes, right? The tree of life really is. It's like that keepsake. It's like that family memento that you keep close to your heart. Starting price on this was $179.99. We are going to bring that down to $135. We've seen that price went a lot today, huh? Down to $135 with a $27 budget pay. So you're able to get it home for under $30. Y'all want to go ahead and comment shop 10 for our family tree of life pendant, which is part of the Italian garden collection. So if you own, remember I've been saying, if you own pieces within that collection, mix and match those pieces. If you own Italian garden pieces, you can continue on with that collection, adding in additional Italian garden items. Okay, now getting back to the Capri collection. So we've seen 2 items from the GP Capri collection. And I told y'all, right? The Capri collection is all about the essence of the sea, the coast. When you think of Capri, you think of, the Amalfi Coast, Positano, all of those areas. And you think of just the ocean, the coast, the beauty, right? The colors of the water. So we've seen the Sleeping Beauty turquoise, which to me is the ultimate, right, color that I want to see when I'm looking at a beautiful water. But now we are bringing in a gemstone that is actually named after the sea. We are bringing you Larimar.
That's my favorite.
Is it? I love Larimar. It's such a special stone. And
Stone of Atlantis right there.
It literally, you guys, it looks like the ocean. Like when you look in Larimar, it has such a calming presence. I think about the ocean to me is like the most calm, peaceful place. I could just stand there and just look out at the ocean. The vastness of the ocean, the waves coming up, the sound. It's so calming. And I feel like I can look into a Larimar stone and feel that same sense of calm. It kind of has this white flow through it. But you have the undertone is blue with kind of the white milkiness in it. It's just so special. And it really does bring you calm. And so there is a story with Larimar. It was actually named after, so that the gentlemen who found it. You have Norman and Miguel. They are the ones who discovered Larimar. And Miguel Mendez, he combined his daughter's name, Larissa, with the Spanish word for sea, mar. So Larimar is how we got to the name of this beautiful gemstone, also known as, John mentioned, the Atlantis stone. Lorimar, some people say, the dolphin stone, Staphylia stone. I like Larimar, really do. Now, with this, you're going to have a massive Larimar oval. That is a 12 by 16 millimeter oval. 11 carats on your Larimar. Now, in addition to that, Elias, I see we have blue apatite. Do we also have tanzanite in here? Yes. Oh, wow. So, you guys, the array of gemstones on the outer edges of this ring, mind-blowing. So, you've got that gorgeous massive Larimar. And then as you work the outer edges, you see white zircon, you see tanzanite, and then what was it? Blue apatite? Am I losing it?
Zircon, tanzanite.
Blue apatite. Okay, I'm not losing it yet. Okay. So you got your Larimar, tanzanite, blue apatite, and white zircon. Everything about this is so cohesive, so beautiful. A lot of times with Larimar, we'll see it two ways. Sometimes it's a little bit luxurious, but oftentimes I think it's a little bit more toned down. We'll see it in sterling silver. This is a very glamorous way to wear Larimar. You've got all those accent stones. And what I love here is as you're looking at the side stones, one, they're kind of scattered. So it really does make me think of the ocean and just kind of that scattering, right? So think about when the water, and I just came home from the beach. So the water laps up on the shore and the wave goes back and just kind of the scattering of like the little like bubbles and like sea foam just kind of like scattering around on the sand. That's what I see here. That's what I see with all those stones. It's just that scattering, those little bubbles, those little kind of scattering of the sea foam building around. Okay, yes, perfect. Elias, look at that. Do y'all see what I'm talking about here? I feel like that is a great representation in this ring. Thank you, Elias, for pulling that up for me. I feel like sometimes I'm trying to articulate something. And
he gets paid extra.
That helped me out. I was like trying to explain them. People might be going, what is she talking about? But that really helped bring it home. Okay, sizes on this one, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, I like that, Tony. Tony said that Larimar ring is what I call the daydream ring. One look at the stone and you are transported to a Caribbean island. I wasn't transported, Tony. Just kidding. I took a deep look at that stone. But I'm just kidding.
You gotta be like Dorothy. Close your eyes and tap your shoes.
Yeah, but I gotta look into my Larimar very deeply. Just kidding. It really does, though. And when you look at it, it takes you to that calm, right, Tony? Like, it gives you that presence and peace that you feel when you're near the ocean. And actually, I was at the New York Auto Show working back in April, and I've become that gem nerd. That when I see people wearing certain stones, I go, oh my gosh, is this such and such? And I saw a lady and she was wearing a lot of Larimar. I said, oh, is that Larimar? And she said, oh yeah. And I was like, oh, Larimar is so beautiful. It gives me such a sense of calm. And she said, yeah, and it brings you closer to angels and connects you to angels. And I hadn't heard that before. And I thought, wow, I'm learning something new always, right? Like different people who've had different experiences, and just that's how she felt Larimar, which would make sense, right? Because I always get a sense of peace with Larimar. So it would make sense, right? It brings you closer to angels.
Sky clouds.
It is like the sky. It's like the ocean or like the sky, because it's like that perfect blue, but then you have the white kind of cloudy moving through it. I love this review. Gloria wrote, 5 stars, love my beautiful ring. It is beautiful. I know, y'all are like, you love these reviews that are so simple, but I feel like in life we try to get too wordy, and sometimes it's like, just simplify it. All you gotta say is it's beautiful, because it means you just love it so much. All right, so your price was $200. We're gonna bring you to $150. And then we are doing a budget pay of $30. $30, no credit check, no interest to get home your Larimar ring. Oh, we've got the whole party joining us now. Miss Pat's joining. Everyone's saying hello to each other. That's what I love about the live stream is everyone chit-chats with each other. And then I get to watch y'all chit-chatting away.
The stream within the stream.
Yep. They're having their own side chats. Okay. Gorgeous bracelet here, you guys. Now, this is part of the Royal Art Deco collection. And it's going to be done in peridot. So this is your August birthstone. And I cannot remember all birthstones, but I can remember August because it's my grandmother's. And she was always like, I don't really think I like peridot. It's green. But now that I'm at Shop LC, and she sees all of these pieces, she's like, wait, maybe I do like peridot a little bit. But my grandma is also someone who will pretty much only wear pink. So she could throw in a little peridot with her pink outfits from time to time.
Green and pink go.
They really do go well together, Elias. You're so right. Okay, so you might be going, well, that just looks like a peridot tennis bracelet, Lauren. How is this part of the Royal Art Deco collection? This is the Wanda bracelet, and I'm going to tell you how it's part of that Art Deco collection. Now, first, I do want to mention we have all three sizes. So we are looking at 6.5, 7 1/4, and an 8. And as Elias mentioned earlier, we are going to be doing all three sizes for the same price, which is really special. And here's how this piece is Art Deco. So we've got not just peridot, but y'all, we've been seeing a lot of white zircon during this show, right? We're actually utilizing white topaz on this bracelet. So you got your gorgeous oval peridot. Those are going to be 6 by 4 millimeters, 10.5 carats of peridot, 43 gemstones in total.
Topaz.
Thank you, Elias. And then we have the topaz. So you're probably looking at the topaz going, wait, what kind of shape is that? Like, is that an arrow? Is that what is that? That looks so different, like geometrical looking. What they've done is so unique and different and completely points to the Art Deco styling. So you see here, you have a baguette in the center and then a round on each edge. So the baguettes kind of line up with your ovals, but then the rounds are outside of that space. They go outside of that span of your ovals. Isn't that neat? I love the design on this because it's so different. I've had the opportunity to present this bracelet one time before, but before that, I haven't really seen a design like this. And so I love how distinct and different it is. And I also love that we're using white topaz. Now this is going to have an insert tab closure. And then with that insert tab closure, you will get your double safety. And y'all, I am a huge fan of a double safety. I've lost a bracelet before. I will never purchase another bracelet without at least a single safety, okay? Because clasps can get hit on a table. You don't mean to. You're chit-chatting. You lay your wrist down. Bam, that clasp is open. And you don't even realize it, especially if you're at like a holiday party or something. It's loud. It's chaotic. You're chit-chatting. You're talking. You're moving about. You accidentally, set your wrist on something a little bit harder than normal, and your bracelet might be gone. So price point on this, we were starting at $249. We are going to bring you down to $187.50 with a budget pay of $37.50. I love the peridot on this. It's like the perfect, bright, vibrant kiwi green. I know they call turquoisite kiwi green. No, peridot is kiwi green. To me. And then, of course, you will also have your secret sapphire underneath. That one will be Shop 12. Shop 12. Aw, Taryn. Thank you. You are so sweet to comment. You just made my day. Oh, my goodness. Taryn, she said, Lauren, you're the best. I'm such a Shop LC nerd. Well, thank you. I'm a Shop LC nerd too. Thank you for writing that. That was so sweet. You genuinely just made my day. I'm so appreciative for your comment. I know y'all think we probably just say that, but it really does mean a lot because We get a lot of comments, and they're not all nice. So when you get those really nice comments, it makes your day. It does. So thank you, Taryn. I am so appreciative of you. Okay, Elias, I don't know if I have this.
Let me see.
Oh, is it in this package?
It's right here.
Oh my goodness. I thought it was like beat it on.
Good thing you spoke about the package so you can let them know how everything comes packaged.
I looked at this and y'all.
That is the packaging for our next auction, actually.
I truly thought, because of where the beads sit, I thought it was beaded all the way around. And that's why I was like, Elias, I don't think I have it. He's like, it's literally right in front of you. So, lobster claw closure on the back. You do have adjustability from 18 to 20. But watch when I put this at 18 inches. Don't believe me, just watch. You are going to think that you have beads moving all the way around the neckline. See what I mean? The way it sits, and that's why when I was looking at the photo, I was like, that can't, there's a lobster claw in that. I love this. So we have a part of the GP Trionfo collection. This is going to feature rainbow moonstone as well. Is it red zircon, Elias, or is it brown zircon?
I'm looking at...
Oh, it's Mozambique garnet. Whoa. Okay. So we are alternating here between rainbow moonstone, which y'all, rainbow moonstone, it glows. It has the kind of that essence of the rainbow. To me, it's very similar to an Ethiopian willow opal. And then those are alternating. You have your snake. So the snake kind of wraps around the neckline, and then you see the snake right there over the tail, which I love this dangling portion on the tail. It's very delicate, so it makes it a very dainty piece, though you're getting a ton of gemstone carat weight. So we're alternating between the rainbow moonstone and then your Mozambique garnet. I was not expecting that, you guys, because I looked at the price first. And so I was thinking, okay, it's either brown zircon, maybe it's fire opal. Was not expecting Mozambique garnet. So in between each rainbow moonstone, you're going to have two petite round Mozambique garnet stones. You even have a rainbow moonstone placed right there in the top of the kind of head of your serpent. And then you'll see you've got the garnet on the eyes of that serpent as well. Beautifully done. And this one is one of those pieces that it's so unique and it's so different. And, you know, the serpent style pieces, when you look at them, they just kind of, they have this look where you just go, oh yeah, that's expensive. Like you see someone wearing serpent jewelry and it's like, oh, that's got to be pricey. That's just kind of the way serpent style jewelry presents, as it presents like, oh, that's going to be expensive. But it's actually quite reasonable. Today, with that coupon code, thank you, Elias, LAB25. It's going to get you 25% off. So, let's take a peek at these reviews. Shivani wrote, beautiful and well made. Stephanie W. wrote, love the style, very unique. Stones are nice. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for writing in. Anytime y'all purchase, please do write in. Leave a review. We love to hear from you guys. It's one thing for me to talk about it, but when I can share what you've spent your hard-earned money to get these pieces home, when I can share that, it makes all the difference. So price point on this, we were at $249. We're coming down to $187.50, and then we'll bring in a $37.49 budget pay. So this one will be shop 13. This is actually the boldest piece of the entire show. This is really it's not a pendant, right? It's a necklace. It's a neck piece. Very striking.
I believe it's the year of the snake.
It is. You're right, Elias. It is the year of the snake. This would be a really nice, if this has been like a milestone year for you, or if your birth year is the year of the snake. You could go for this one. All right, friends, that will be shop 14. Okay, now we're getting into a major ruby. This is back to our Italian garden. Transport us to the garden. I just want to imagine these gates swinging open and we're just walking through this beautiful Italian garden. So we have our premium African ruby surrounded by multi sapphire. So we've seen some multi tourmaline today, but we're inching our way up into the multi sapphire. So with this, it's all going to be done overall, your band. And I love this band because look, it looks like the stems of the flowers. You know, Isaac, I'm not sure. Elias, have you kept in touch? Do you know how Lindsay is doing?
I have not spoken to her. I need to actually reach out to her.
I need to do that too. Thank you for asking, Isaac. We'll check in on her. I don't know if she's still here or if she went back to Kansas. We will check in and we'll let you know. I know Elias was keeping in touch. Okay, so overall we had rhodium over sterling. Now, the actual kind of settings for your butterflies and your flowers, those, however, are done in 18 karat gold vermeil. So you're getting that two-tone, which is one, going to allow you to mix and match with both white tone metals and yellow tone metals. But also, it's really, again, going to accentuate those flowers and butterflies. So as you're making your way around that massive ruby, you'll see the butterflies and the flowers and those outlines being done in your vermeil. And then here's those stems that I was talking about. It looks like the stems of the flowers making up the band of your ring. All right, here that is on the hand. Isn't that beautiful? That's a big and bold. Okay, 3/4 of an inch from top to bottom. Sizing on this one, we have sizes 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we were starting at $279.99. Now remember, this is a 9 karat, 11 millimeter ruby. This is your African ruby. It's premium in grade. And we're going to bring that down to $210. Sorry, you guys, catch my breath, with a $42 budget pay. $42 on budget pay. Now, earlier we had the more petite ruby, right? We had the ruby with the dragon setting. This is going to be a bolder ruby. And of course, it's in that garden collection. That will be shop 14. And as we move to our final piece, I do want to show you again, just if you are looking for holiday gifts, GP is the way to go. Every GP piece will come in this gorgeous packaging. So it's this really pretty kind of hunter green. You've got the gold speckles on top. Those are little hearts. And then you have your GP Family Collection Italy right there on the front. So everyone who you gift GP Collection will know you are getting them jewelry crafted in Italy. So special. The packaging it speaks volumes to the quality. And then it will come with the card from Gaia on the inside. And then everything comes in a really beautiful suede pouch. Probably the best packaging we have here at Shop We'll See, in my opinion. I love the Clarté packaging as well, but Gaia was spot on with this new packaging. Okay, so final piece, we have another dragon. Now we are bringing in diamonds, okay? You are going to have green and white diamonds, 3/4 of a carat on this one in your dragon design. Now, it is attached to your chain. So this is a full necklace. And so you've got that gorgeous dragon. And kind of the dragon, you see, it's broken up with kind of bars of your 18 karat gold vermeil. And you'll see that moving throughout. You see his tail done in that vermeil. And then it's all green diamonds until you get to that head of the dragon. And that's where we see the white zircon kind of layered in, filling in the spaces of the dragon's face and head.
It's actually all diamond.
It is. Wait, did I say white zircon? Mm-hmm. It's not white zircon, you guys. I got to adjust my mindset because I've been saying white zircon. White diamonds, you guys. Green diamonds and white diamonds. 137 diamonds in total. Who doesn't want diamonds on their neckline? I know I do. 5-star rated item. Now, looking at the pricing on this one, we were starting at $300. Okay, we got to read the reviews first. Donna wrote, "The most beautiful dragon I've ever seen. He is definitely a keeper." I love this. Outrageous Vegas. Darcy I like that screen name, girlfriend. Amazing Dragon Diamond Statement Piece. Beautiful piece. First of all, the price point is incredible. Almost a carat of green and white diamonds, artfully set in artistic, flowing 3D dragon. Wow. Gaia also made sure that she had the dragon suspended on both sides so that the dragon lays flat on the wearer, won't flip, but can freely move to show the motion of the piece. Just exquisite. There's a comparative piece made by a jewelry company that rhymes with Leffy, and it is over $5,000. There is a matching ring my sister Andrea got for me for Christmas, and I can't wait to see it. If you adore high-end designer pieces, you will love this beautiful necklace. Thank you, Gaia and Shop LC. Wow, what a review. Thank you for sharing that with us, Darcy. Josh wrote beautiful white and green diamond dragon necklace. Yeah, I mean, it is special, and it does have that very high-end look to it. Price point on this one, let's see. E. Perkins is joining us. Isaac, I will make 0 tips tomorrow. I will just try not to get yelled at. Isaac, we're hoping you do make tips and you don't get yelled at also.
Nobody wants to be yelled at.
No. Love you too. All right, y'all. Oh, we got so many people joining us. Okay, so pricing was starting at $299. We're going to bring you down to $225 with a budget pay of $45. $45 under $50 to get home your dragon. We had Whitney joining. Hi. We will be back on the live streams. They have a 6 p.m. So we'll be back here on all of our social media platforms. Oh, diamonds.
But we have
fancy.
a TikTok at 4:30.
TikTok, 4:30 p.m. In the same studio, but on TikTok. TikTok only. So on the Shop LC TikTok page in 30 minutes. All right, friends. I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. right here. I was trying to think if I remember what we had. I looked at it this morning, but I can't remember. I will see y'all at 10 a.m. It's going to be great. I don't remember what it is.
Luxury jewelry.
Rhapsody collection. There we go. All right, friends. I'll see you later.